Hey YouTube, as the title said, a 10-game win streak with this team in the Great League Remix. Shadow, Kanto, Ninetales, Galarian, Weezing, and Jellicent. So I know people are going to see a 10-game win streak and want to use this, so let me explain in depth how this team works, why I created it, and its strengths and weaknesses. So I created it because one, Kanto Ninetales I think has a lot of play in this meta. I think with all the Charjabugs running around, with all the Skarmies running around, just neutral situations, it's actually just a beast. Like, can easily handle like Lickitung and stuff like that. So it's quite strong just in neutral situations. So where is the weaknesses? It is going to be weak to the primary one is Poliwrath is what I built for, but then also dragons to a certain extent. So I was looking through my Pokemon. I'm like, what can handle Poliwrath and dragons? And then I saw Galarian Weezing, and I'm like, Galarian Weezing is a really, really interesting one because it has three options for moves. I went with Brutal Swing, Play Rough, but like a really nice option for Poliwrath, just being able to Fairy Wind and Play Rough it. Just neutral, good in neutral situations there as well. Does give you a double weakness to ground, so something like a Mud Boy, like a Swampert or something, will cause the front end problems. So I'm like, okay, I need an answer to that in the back. So then I put in Jellicent, because Jellicent is a second answer to Poliwrath, a second answer to Skarmory, and an answer to the Mud Boys. So that is how I came up with the team. Basically, if you see anything neutral on the lead, I'm staying in. One of the problems you have, one of the tougher ones, which I did manage to get around, is a dark dragon, like a Guzzlord, and you're going to see what happens. I do have, I think my 9th matchup here was that on the lead, and you'll see just how much an overheat does to a Guzzlord. So lead, Charjabug, again, these are everywhere on the lead. Not surprising. I had one video on it. I'm sure others did as well. Skeledirge. So this is pretty easy here. Hex are doing super effective. Surf will do super effective. Shadow Ball on their end will do super effective. So I do need to shield this up. But the Incinerates are resisted. As long as I just do good fast move timing here, I'm going to very easily be able to outpace to these Surfs. Plus these Hexes and Surfs are adding up well a ton. It's that they're going to have to either burn the second shield, or I'm going to take switch here. They decide to burn a second shield. That is fine. This is very comfortable for me. I will shield the Shadow Ball. Go 1 and 1 Hex, get that 3 there, and then the Surf off. This will take out. Have a bit of energy for the Charjabug coming back in, so easily keep switch there. Charjabug is going to come back in. I expect it to try and farm a bit. So I will get a Shadow Ball off, which is going to do quite a good amount of damage. Not enough to take it out, but enough to put in like the yellow. They may try and go for all the way, which I don't know if they're going to get it. Yeah, I know what they're trying to do. They need like 2 moves for Ninetales because I don't know what's in the back yet. So do take it down. What is in the back? It is a Dugong. So I instant swapped. I can instant swap into either, but this is fine. This thing does have Drill Run, but I don't think a Drill Run even one-shots. Play Rough. Good chip here. Not a ton. Dugong is obviously super tanky. I don't think they're going to throw. I think they have to go for the Drill Run to try and like take me out here. But Drill Run, as you see, is not enough. I get to a second Play Rough. Enough to, I don't know if it's enough to take this out, but it's enough to just put it within like 1 fire spin or 2 fire spins, but I have a move anyways. So that one was generally easy. Good lead, good switch. Again, a lot of these 10-0 run, a lot of these were just easy things. This is obviously a tough lead. Safe swap. I think you can realistically use Galarian, Weezing, or Jellicent as safe swaps here. I think both have play as, like, not amazing safe swaps, but I think both have play as decent safe swaps. Able to get this Play Rough off here. And they shield, which is not bad. Because I'm going to force them to throw, or else I'm going to do a ton of chip damage. They bait with X-Scissor. And I'm sorry, X-Scissor is resisted on the Fairy there. Maybe the Poison too. So take them low. Now I know that's coming back in. I have a shield advantage, so I should be okay here. They have nothing to throw at me here. Right? Aqua Tail, Body Slam, both resisted. So I'm very easily going to take this one. They don't even shield. I don't need to shield. Even if it's like something bad in the back, this I can probably combo it with a shield advantage. And there is your Poliwrath. So I'm going to get the Shadow Ball off. And I'm wondering if this is the one where I overheat. because I definitely overheat a Poliwrath. 2 shield advantage. I'm definitely probably just going to go straight Ninetales and overheat here. Yeah. I'm going to Weather Ball then overheat. I guess that makes sense. Or 2 Weather Balls. It's because I have 2 shields. I remember overheating Poliwrath once, and this isn't even the matchup, so that is still to come. I think I just did it this way because I had 2 shields. If I only had 1 shield, I probably would have gone straight overheat before. I don't think I need to go Weather Ball overheat there, but just with 2 shield advantage, it's very easy to do that. So just to take that out for sure. Ninetales against Jellicent. Okay, so another bad lead. Again, Weezing's not a bad answer. I didn't see that it was Bubble Jellicent. So the reason I came in here is because if you come in your own Jellicent, if they have X, you're behind. But a Bubble Jellicent actually would have been better for me. But I grabbed 1 shield, so that's not bad. I'm going to shield back. And they come in with a Carbink. So Carbink is, I mean, tough for Ninetales. So Ninetales looks like it's useless right now, right? I have no play against Jellicent, and I have no play against Carbink. So if I can chip this low enough, I need to figure out if I want to come in Jellicent. And just try and Hex down or do some chip. Or I don't know how I'm going to play this. Let's see how I play this. Yeah, I'm just going to instant swap. I'm not going to get farmed down, because I think I can get to the move here before. Force them to either shield or let it go and take it out with energy. So I'll take that. That's fine. Steelix in the back. So this is okay, because these Surfs will add up. I know Jellicent has Bubble, which makes this a little easier for me on the front end here. I mean, sorry, against like Jellicent. So I would not be surprised if I try, I was about to say, I'm going to try and get out here, but it doesn't look like I can. Kind of looks like I'm locked here. Do get the Surf off. Do take it out. I think I bait here. Yeah, I bait here. I think this was one of my only, I don't know if it was a win condition, because I think I probably could combo this with Ninetales. But being able to bait there because they have Bubble. If they had Hex, I would have lost. But they have Bubble, so able to bait, Shadow Ball, and now Ninetales can just Fire Spin down. If you want to know Fire Spin versus Ember, I did a whole video on it post move update this season. And I think Fire Spin is the way to go. Okay, Galarian Weezing, good lead because it's a fairy, right? So at best they have Brutal Swing for me. So Brutal Swing is going to be like whatever. And it chips though, that's the thing. Like that's kind of why I liked it, using it too, because these Brutal Swings do add up, and Fairy Winds is very, very quick. So they will get a second one off here. Good chip, right? So for what is a bad matchup here for them is good chip. I would not be surprised if I just throw the Overheat blindly. Yep. There's no point of giving up Switch when there's like 1 HP left, and just Overheat does so much to anything. Hello. Goodbye. Basically that. Come in here. Fairthorn. Because I'm ahead on energy, I'm going to Shadow Ball, because this will grab a shield or chip. And then Poison will resist the grass. So I can come in here and just do this. So now it's just like, what's their second move? So I'm going to shield in case it's like a flash cannon or something. It's a thunder. That's not bad, because now I'm like energy advantage, and yeah, energy advantage, health advantage, stuff like that. Now we have a very spicy Zapdos. Like to see it. Very glassy, these things, but very, very hard hitting. It's a non-shadow, so I probably would live this, but I'm like, I really don't want to test that. There is a Mantine. So Mantine's interesting. I've actually got Mantine on a team coming up. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, it's interesting. Stay tuned for that. But it's got bulk. It's spammy with the Aerial Ace. Obviously, Ice Beam is resisted, so they have to just go straight Aerial Ace, which kind of gives Jellicent a little bit of advantage here. But like, this buffed Aerial Ace is coming pretty quick, right? So there we go. They just easily took this, which is okay, because Jellicent kind of did what I needed to and take it low enough. I still have so much energy on this Ninetales, and it is now within Weather Ball range. So I still have a ton of energy coming out of this. Down a shield, which is a little tricky, but not bad here. And the Zapdos comes in. So I'm like, okay, if you are coming in Zapdos, what do you have in the back here? So I'm going to bank that and kind of probably sacrifice this because I'm reading like if you're coming in Zapdos, you probably don't have an amazing matchup in the back against Ninetales. So get this Brutal Swing off. They shield. And that's okay. I'm going to go down here. I figure that Ninetales with energy advantage and shield advantage is probably good. Although now I'm going to have to shield this because, yeah, Dropkick will definitely take me out from this range. It is a Steelix, so read that they are weak to Ninetales in the back. Overheat will one-shot. This is a boom. And we'll be able to get to another move to take this out. And again, this is one of like why I can do a 10 game win streak. I know how to read the team. I know how to dominate with Kanto Ninetales. Like I'm gonna keep repeating this. Don't just blindly follow content creators' teams if you don't know how to use it. Anyways, there was a good league in Charjabug, good switch in Poliwrath. There's a 5-0 before. You saw the dust there quickly. So they end up shielding. I think they're like maybe gonna try and flip switch here, but even if they do, I don't know if that would be good. So now they're down a shield and they lost switch, and I'm gonna get a Shadow Ball off. So it's just like a very bad combo for them right now. No point of giving up switch here. Yes, they'll have energy, and yes, I'll shield. No, again, this inconsistent game mechanic is killing me here. You're supposed to get that fire spin through, right? I am supposed to get this fire spin through when I come in. This is 3 turns worth of energy I am not getting because the stupid mechanic is not working properly. So that is 3 turns. That's a lot of damage, and that's a lot of energy that I should have got there that I did not get because that stupid game. Anyways, Jellicent here, which is nice for a very, very, very quick Brutal Swing, and I can live a Shadow Ball too. I can live one. I may shield anyways. I do shield the Shadow Ball, and then I'll just outpace here now. That's just a Surf. That's fine. Even if it's a Shadow Ball, I'll live a Shadow Ball and just outpace you here. I'm pretty sure that's a Surf. Get to the next Brutal Swing, and get to one more after this. They give up switch. Not a bad idea, but now you're just going to see the spamminess of Weezing. I think that what they're going to do is try and farm down and come out with 2 moves. Oh, and then I snipe. Yeah, okay. That's even smarter. That is even smarter. So we'll take this down. So that's 6 in a row. Out comes Gligar. Gligar is tough. It depends. It's bait dependent, right? Are they gonna go straight dig? Are they gonna bait me? Because if they bait me, I'm in a pretty rough situation here. So they do bait me. You are pretty quick to get to these weather balls, and the weather balls do chip a ton. So I will grab a shield back here, and the question is, can they? So they're going to shield, because are they going to try and get to a second? And they give up switch. And again, I instant swapped when I saw the Jellicent to Weezing, because if they have a Jellicent ahead on advantage, Hex advantage, then there's no point of coming in my own Jellicent. Plus I have the Brutal Swing here. Obviously, if I realized it was Bubble, I would have come Jellicent, but I don't really want them to get like 2 advantage there. And Bubble's a little slower on the energy generation, which makes this a very nice matchup for Weezing. Grab the second shield. They have to throw else I'm going to take them out, which means that this is now just a very comfortable Hex down shield scenario for me. Right? Bubble is resisted. Hex super effective. Yeah, they're going to get to a Shadow Ball. I will shield, but then they'll be dry on energy, and they are not going to get to another move, and I'm going to have like 80 energy coming out of this. So good situation to be in. Charjabug comes in, and of course it gets its 4-turn move through. Come in Ninetales. They're not getting out. Good snipe there on the Gligar. Just an Aerial Ace. I am just I'm worried that I can get farmed down, and I think that getting a fire spin through is actually pretty beneficial here. And I'm gonna get to a move. Love me my fire spin Kanto Ninetales. Ember was better, I'll admit, before this buff, but I'm glad to have it back. Yes, I gotta get a lot of good leads. Charjabug. Yes, it's another Skeledirge. This one I think baits me, if I remember. I remember going against one where it baited Disarming Voice twice. And then, yeah, this is the one. It baited Disarming Voice twice and then landed a Shadow Ball on me. So I'm pretty sure I lose this in 2 shield after a double bait here. Which is like, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? Let's see. Let's see how I play this out. Or I'm at the surf. No, maybe I should, even with the bait, take this, because I think they maybe need one more. Yeah, okay. I still take it. Still take it in the 2s. I thought that maybe with 2 baits they could get to a Shadow Ball, but I guess not. So this is probably going to be the same scenario as last time. They're most likely trying to just farm me down and come out with like 2 moves. And this one will do it. So that one, the Fire Spin goes through, as it should. So this will do a good chip. Discharge, nowhere near enough. And there's your second, like that's the right mechanic now. You're supposed to get those moves through on these charge moves. Out comes a Jellicent. And I gotta imagine just with like how spammy Weezing is, right? Weezing's kind of a nice one. Nice for Poliwrath, nice for Jellicents, holds its own against Charjabug. What do you do against a Dark Dragon on the lead? You have to stay in. You can't come your Fairy, because they probably have an answer for it, and you can't come Jellicent because you're going to get killed. So I have to stay in. I take a crunch, and I land an overheat. So you lose in the 0s, but like, hello, watch this overheat. Takes it to the red. You'll love to see it. Now I can just farm here. They don't even get a move off, which everything is resisted anyways, but I'm just going Brutal Swing because I think just a little chip would help this Jellicent matchup here. So that's good chip. And they come in with a Gligar in the back. So energy advantage is nice for me to have here in this matchup, plus Surf is super effective. They let it go. I'm like getting a shield, and and the thing is, like, Jellicent resists all of Skarmy's fast moves. Not resists all. Resists Skarmy's fast move. So I'm going to probably double shield here, farm down, come out with 2 1 and a bit moves. Oh, they didn't get another alias, which is nice, but it still doesn't matter because they still can't farm me down here. So I get to a Shadow Ball, which is nice. I think they're probably going to shield. I feel like I could have baited there because I feel like they were going to shield anyways. They are going to try for the farm down. I don't think I'm going to get it to a Shadow Ball, so I'm just going to throw here, and then because I don't think I was about to say, I don't think a Sky Attack maybe takes out from this range. So they're maybe going to have to come out with 2 moves, but we CMP here, so or they have to Brave Bird me, because I don't think Sky Attack takes out, and they have to Brave Bird, but that chip there is enough to hex down. So spamminess of Weezing coming in there for me. And Froslass. Why am I showing you a Froslass Dragonair easy matchup? Because this is my 10th win in a row. So I went 10-0, and then I'm like, I'm going to run as long as I can and showcase this. And then I lost my next match this morning when I'm filming this. So it's like, okay. So I lost the 11th match, and then that's what you're going to see next. But a strong team. Now I get the Brutal Swing off, super effective. I get my Ninetales back on it. And it's probably going to be like a Poliwrath or Skarmy or something stupid in the back that I'm just going to hard counter. Yep, get a second one off. They're trying to farm to get like 2 Shadow Balls, but like damage is done. Chipped you a ton. I'll shield the Shadow Ball, finally. Yep, goes through there. Triple Axle boost, interesting, and then Poliwrath, yeah. So they top left. This is my 10th win in a row. And then here comes the loss. So Charjabug Lead, again, a good lead. Poliwrath. I think they flip switch here. Because right now, this is like, how do you lose this matchup? They Icy win me. Get this off. I did lose a matchup. Okay, I'm going to keep switch here. Maybe it's... Oh, it's a Whiscash in the back. It's a Mudboy in the back. How do you lose this matchup? You lose it when you have a ground in the back. That is how you lose this team. Lose this match. Which I highlighted at the beginning. Whiscash, Mudboys. Mudboys are tough for this team because you're double weak to ground and you're weak to water on the front, right? So it's just like a huge core breaker. Again, the fast move doesn't go through. So I shield probably out of frustration. And there is your Whiscash, which is just going to dominate this team. So not much I can do there. But yeah, that is 11 battles, 10 in a row, 1 loss. On a Whiscash, what is a core breaker? Again, a lot of good leads. But again, you're building for what you see in the meta to a certain extent. Don't overthink it. But I think this is actually like quite a smart team for 2 answers for Skarmory and Ninetales and Jellicent. 2 answers for like 1.5 for Charjabug. Weezing is actually quite good because you resist the X Scissor, so they have to go straight discharge. So like 1.5 for Charjabug, 2 for Poliwrath in the back, at least 1 Weezing for the Dragons. Ninetales and Weezing are generally strong for neutral matchups. Like, good job me. Like I like this team. This is one that's like, okay, it's not just a 10-game win streak. It's just like, yes, like this is the meta. This is how you sort of work around it. Again, Mudboys are tough. Hopefully you can get Jellicent on it. Weezing's actually not terrible against Mudboys if you like are in even energy, even shield scenarios, as opposed to like being behind on shields, then you're just like screwed. Anyways, that is it. May or may not get a video this afternoon. I am running really well again with a Mudboy and an Mantine. So that'll be my next video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe this afternoon, don't know. We'll see how the rest of the battles go today. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.